Hello viewers, I bought a new frame. Well, it's second hand, but new to me. A Giant TCR Advanced SL, a 2019 model launched in 2016. And it normally retails for nearly £3,000 here in the UK. But this one cost me £80, which sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it sort of is. Let me show you why it's so cheap. Ready? Look at that. That is some bad damage on the down tube. Really badly cracked around there, and it's on the other side. I'll show you underneath there. And it's cracked around there. So that's really bad on both sides of the down tube. Really nasty damage there. Look at the state of that. So that is why the frame was so cheap. But why on earth have I bought a damaged or broken frame? Have I gone mad? What is the plan? Well, let me explain. I love a bargain. I love a challenge. And over the last few years, there have been quite a few videos here on YouTube of people repairing damaged frames. And there are quite a few companies in the UK that specialize in repairing carbon frames. And I know a friend who broke a carbon mountain bike at the rear chainstay and had it repaired and still rides it just fine. So is repairing a carbon frame actually okay? Is it really pushing the boundaries of safety? Should I avoid repairing it and just throw it away, or recycle it, or turn it into a home ornament perhaps? And the other side of the plan for this frame, presuming I'm happy riding a repaired damaged frame, is trying to build a last great example of a lightweight carbon rim brake bike. Yes, it's a rim brake frame, no disc brakes. Unfortunately, I would have preferred disc brakes, but I am kind of excited to build one last fine example of a rim brake bike while you still can, while there are still frames and group sets available, and have that in my collection for the next 10 or 20 years. And the other ulterior motive is I'm doing a Fred Whitten in May, which is a super tough, hard, hilly sporty in the Lake District, which I did 2 or 3 years ago, and I said I'd never do it again, but I'm doing it again. I've been talked into it. That's the problem with drinking alcohol for you. So although I'm not really a weight weenie, I want to try and build a frame as light as I possibly can. So I'm thinking a nice lightweight group set, mechanical rim brakes, lighter than disc brakes and electronics, Ultegra, maybe Durace if that's possible. Some nice lightweight wheels. I need a fork. The frame didn't come with a fork, so that's missing. Got a seat mast. I've ordered a seat clamp to go on top, and it should be the right height for me. So hopefully I should be able to build it pretty light. And the other reason is I've always liked the SL. I currently own and happily ride a mid-range TCR Advanced Pro, which I've had for 2.5 years now, which I absolutely love, never selling it. But the SL is the flagship frame in the TCR range, as light as it gets. And this frame, when it was released in 2016, which was an awfully long time ago, weighed about 850 grams or thereabouts. So not super lightweight compared to the 750 grams of the new version launched in 2020, 2021, but still pretty light. So I reckon a sub 6 kilo weight should be manageable with this frame as the basis for that project. So quite a lot going on. Get the frame repaired, get it resprayed, get it built up, see how light it is, and possibly use it for the Fred Whitten. So yeah, plenty to look forward to in this new series. But let me know what you think of having a damaged frame repaired. Am I crazy for wanting to do that? Have you had a carbon frame repaired? Let me know your experience down below. Love to hear from you if you have gone down a route yourself with a frame you bought or a frame you've owned and damaged yourself. I don't actually know how the frame was damaged, unfortunately. Guesses down below in the comment section, please, because the seller bought it from the person who damaged it with the aim to do the work themselves, but ran out of motivation or time, I guess. So I came along and bought it and will get it repaired. So I'm not really sure whether it's in the clamp or it's not really crash damage as such. It's like it's had a lot of force on both sides at the same time. So I'm not really sure how it's happened, to be honest. I'd love to know how that happened. And then need to look at getting it resprayed, and I'm thinking possibly of doing it myself. Sand down the paint and get some spray paint and do it myself. I won't go for like a super high end, but I quite fancy spraying a frame myself. There are a few products out there to do it yourself rather than pay somebody to do it for you. But or maybe go bare carbon, strip it right back, and then just put some lacquer over it and keep it as light as possible, because paint is just for appearance. So maybe that's an option. Anyway, plenty to look forward to. Stay tuned for much more on this project. Should be an interesting one for sure.